Okay, so I'm going to tell you a story today, a really interesting story. It's connected to our
Is
parsha.
it about ice cream?
Well, it's not about ice cream, but it's about something really fun. So this story actually starts in a whole different place. In the background here, we have, this is a hospital actually. So why is Rabbi Yoga telling you about a hospital? Well, our parsha talks about how one of the two of the tribes, they committed to go into the land of Israel. Then the last second, they said, we're not going to go. We want to stay on the other side of the Jordan. We don't want to go into the land of Israel because we have to stay over here to take care of our animals. And Moshe got upset. He goes, why aren't you fulfilling your commitment? You committed to go over to Israel to help fight for us and help and protect us. Why aren't you protecting us? And this whole idea of fulfilling one's commitments is a very important concept. So I want to share with you a story connected to that. And it starts in this hospital, or maybe this hospital. And there is a nurse in here, and there was a boy named Johnny. Johnny loved to help people, and he had a commitment, a very important commitment at the hospital. He used to go here once a week on Mondays in the late afternoon, and he used to take children out who were in the hospital that couldn't leave the hospital. He used to take them out. He used to go have fun with them, go to events with them, have a picnic with them, enjoy time because they were lonely. But he wanted to do a mitzvah. Now one day, Monday came around, it was Monday morning, and he knew later on I have to go to the hospital, do that important mitzvah. But his friend Greg came by and said, Johnny, I have an opportunity that's not going to come in a long time. And guess what? It's this evening. And you're coming. Johnny said, well, what is it? He goes, guess what? I somehow scored these baseball tickets to the game. And it's not just any game. It is an amazing game between the two top teams of the league. And guess what? You're coming. I'm not going to hear anything else. You're coming with me to the game. Now, Johnny, at this point, was in a tough predicament. He was in a tough spot because he knew exact time when the game was going to be. He had his commitment. He had his mitzvah. So I'm going to ask you, actually, right now even, what would you do? Would you go to the game, or would you go to take care of the kids? Now let me raise the stakes for you. Okay, here's something that you might really, really want to go to. Okay, where is this? Anybody know?
Disneyland.
Yeah. So let's say they say, listen, it's Monday. You have your mitzvah, but I have tickets to Disneyland. Would that change it for you, Ruby? Would that change it for you? No? Okay. What about an opportunity to meet this guy? LeBron James. You can go visit him.
Definitely.
Yes. So Johnny, for him, the baseball game was like meeting LeBron James, like going to Disneyland. He wanted to go to it so badly. But you know what? They were counting on him at the hospital. They were counting on these kids. They looked every week. They looked forward to hanging out with him, spending time with him. And the doctors and nurses, they needed some time, some space, and Johnny would help them with that. So he committed to the hospital, and they expected him to come. So Greg says,
with him to the ball.
What?
He could take the kids with him to the thing.
He only has he has 3 tickets, and 2 of them are Greg's and 1 is his. He doesn't have extra tickets. He can't take them. He doesn't have money. He's a kid. So that's a good point, whoever raised that. So he had a tough situation. What should I do? On one hand, I want to go to the game. On the other hand, I have this important commitment. So Greg, his friend, said, I have an idea for you. I have an idea for you. You don't have to be mean. You just come up with a little white lie, a little white lie. And this is the plan. You pretend that you're not feeling well. And you call up, you put your finger on your nose, you call up the hospital. Hi, I'm not feeling so well today. I can't come into the hospital. You do something like that. They would in a second tell you to not come close to the hospital because you're not feeling well. And then you come with me to the game, and everybody's okay. The kids, they'll see you next week, and that could be a solution. So Johnny thought about that a lot. He picked up the phone. He put his finger on his nose. He called the hospital. He's about to do the whole thing when all of a sudden they picked up on the other line. He said, "Hello, I'm coming to the hospital today to see the kids." He couldn't believe what was coming out of his mouth, and Greg fainted. He didn't faint, but he was overwhelmed. He said, "Why would you do that? You're crazy. I have these amazing tickets for you." He started showing him the tickets. He's like, "Look at these tickets. You could have the most amazing game." But Johnny knew that he had a commitment. He had to go be with those kids in the hospital and take care of them. Turns out the person on the other line at the hospital says, "I'm so happy you called, Johnny." Says, "Why?" He goes, the Baltimore Orioles, they offered us free box tickets for you and everybody who helps the kids and all the kids. You can have free box seat tickets to the game. And let me see, I think I had a picture of that. I don't. You can come to the game, and the tickets that I'm offering you are the best that are around. And guess what? It doesn't end there. After the game, you can come and get autographs from all the best players on the team. So it turns out Johnny told the truth. He stuck by his commitment. And in the end, he ended up enjoying himself even more. So I think I like this story a lot. I'm wondering what if you would have done the same thing.